I really like Evangelion. In fact, I've reconfirmed that I love me some Evangelion by rewatching the TV series and an end of Eva, and that inevitably led me to rewatch the rebuilds. And the rebuilds are something that I've had kind of a shaky relationship with, unlike, the series and end of Eva. When they were first announced even, I was really excited. I'm like, Anno coming back to this cherished franchise to give a new take on his own property? Yeah, let's do this. Sounds like a great idea. Anno makes nothing but good things. So let's fucking do this. The first one comes out, and it's about what I expected for a Evangelion retelling. Second one comes out, they start reshuffling things around. Gets me really excited and interested. And 3.33 comes out, and I wasn't sure what the fuck I had just watched. Now, and this really made me kind of rethink the rebuilds as a whole. I'm like, well, what the fuck is even the point of the rebuilds now? This one's so bad. And I didn't even want to believe that 3.33 was a bad movie. I wanted to believe that clearly I'm just not smart enough. I don't have the wokeness necessary to just decrypt Anno's craziness that he's put forth. And I watched it twice. Once with Agro, once with another friend of mine who's really big into Eva, and all three of us came away from those experiences going, I think they dropped the ball on this one. And the weird thing is, it's not like I was blindsided by what 3.33 became. I was told in advance. I knew there was a time jump. I knew it was going to be very Kaoru focused. I knew a lot of things. Like, this was going to be a huge reshaking of Evangelion. And that was fine. I mean, with the ending of 2.22, yeah, you kind of have to reshake things and make it new. And I will say 3.33 is certainly new. They certainly didn't do a lot of things like this in Evangelion, although in a lot of ways it's very similar to the original Evangelion. Alright. I don't like 3.33. I have now rewatched it, and I've reconfirmed I do not like 3.33. As for the other two, I thought I was going to come back to those with this whole negative opinion, I'm living in this world where I've already seen 3.33. Clearly, I'm just going to have, this really... No! They're fine. 1.11 is what I expected for, kind of an Eva retelling. It's fine. It's perfectly functional, and it changes enough things to keep it kind of interesting and wondering, has me wondering where it's going to go. 2.22, same deal. In fact, 2.22 is a legitimately, good fucking movie. As far as, I've seen a lot of, Eva analysis people really kind of tear into 2.22 for not having the characters be as layered and nuanced and in-depth as they were in the series. And fair enough, yes, they are. There are some differences here. And 2.22 changes a lot of things. But it's all in service of the narrative, and the narrative is really tight. Everything they change, every angel fight feels like it's important in terms of moving the story to the next beat, moving our characters into the next part of their arcs. It's good. 2.22 was genuinely good and left me really excited for where Eva could possibly go from here. And we get this film where it jumps us 14 years ahead. Now, one would think after a 14-year time jump, you want to get the audience caught up. You want to, explain shit to them so they know what the fuck they are watching and what the current status is. Nope. Not at all. In fact, the first 25 minutes of this 90-minute film is a cold open. Let me repeat that. The first 25 minutes of this 90-minute film is a cold open where there are things going on, and at no point is the audience filled in on what the fuck is happening. like, this being my third time watching this movie, like it's been so long, like, I hadn't seen it since the Blu-ray originally came out, and going back and rewatching this, I don't understand. Like, I'm not even quite sure all what was happening in that intro. I don't know why the hell the film starts in the way it does. Why that intro was relevant. There's a lot of things I just don't understand about this movie and what it's trying to do, and the structure and pacing of everything that happens in it. Because once you get this weird first cold open with Unit 2 improved, and what is it, Unit 8? Yeah, Unit 8 is what Mari's running around in. And I don't quite understand what's going on, because it's like, we have, first off, Unit 2 improved. Why does it have like a cyborg arm, like a fully mechanical arm, and because I understand Unit 2 got fucked up in the last film, and that's, it lost its arm and it lost a chunk of its head. Alright, cool, got that. I could have sworn, Ava's had been fucked up really, really bad in the series before, and they were just fully repaired, with their fleshy components. Why couldn't they do that now? Is it because, now they're under the jurisdiction of, was it Ville? Whatever the fuck. Masato's bullshit. Do they not have Ava technology? If so, where the fuck did Mari's Unit 8 come from? Did they steal that from? Did they steal that from Nerve? I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I don't understand it. But we get that cold open, and then move directly into another cold open, where now Shinji is on this airship, and everyone's an asshole. Masato or Asuka's always been a bitch. Nothing new. Fine, whatever. It's kind of... Okay, I'll go back to that one in a moment. But, everyone's a fucking cold asshole to Shinji. Nobody will tell him what the fuck is going on. Everybody treats him like goddamn garbage. And for basically doing the thing that everybody wants him to fucking do. So, and nobody will fucking explain to him what is going on. And Shinji is just treated like a fucking animal. He isn't even treated like he's fucking human, because, they temporary designation Shinji Ikari, because, I guess he kind of assimilated with, something, or whatever, with the angel, maybe, or something, so maybe he isn't Shinji because of the 180% sync ratio he hit? I don't know. But we do all that shit, and then all of a sudden, not Unit 1 shows up, Unit 9 shows up, that looks just like Unit 1, and, takes Shinji away. And Masato's got, her little detonator thing, but she can't bring herself to kill Shinji. And I'm like, why'd you put the fucking collar on him anyhow? Because, if you're trying to keep him out of... if you're trying to keep him out of the Ava, or if you're trying to keep him from causing fourth impact, alright. If you're trying to keep him from doing that, and you put a collar on him, just don't put him in a fucking Ava. Just lock his ass up. Why are you letting him just roam around free if he's so fucking dangerous? If he's so fucking dangerous and you're that fucking worried, put a fucking bullet in his head. If you're gonna be that fucking cold and shitty to him and treat him like he isn't goddamn human, just fucking put him down like a wild goddamn animal then, if you're just gonna treat him like a fucking animal. So yeah, Shinji just gets treated like fucking garbage. And then we get to, what's left of goddamn Nerve. Everything's fucking wrecked. And, we learn that Rei Ayanami is... Shinji didn't save her, apparently. So, his big goddamn hero moment at the end of 2.22 was all for nothing, and, that was, the most interesting thing from 2.22 to me, because it was Rei's development that she had, because Rei had grown so much in 2.22, so much more than she ever did in the series, and I was really interested in seeing where that arc goes for Rei Ayanami. How is this going to change Eva? Oh, well, it didn't, because he failed to save her, and now we're just back to another Rei clone. And this Rei clone is more robotic than any previous iteration of Rei. I'm assuming this Rei doesn't actually have the soul of Rei, which is why she's so robotic and doesn't, like, she just obeys orders, and she just whatever. Like, she has no sense of self or, like, any kind of identity. Because even though Rei Ayanami was, somewhat robotic and referred to as a puppet and whatnot, she was still a character. She had clear interests. She had clear dislikes. This Rei just seems to coast on by with whatever she's told to coast on by with. So this movie takes the one really, really interesting thing that came from 2.22, throws in the garbage. In fact, it throws a lot of these things in the garbage, really for the sake of what? So Shinji can bond with Kaoru, and so you could have the big, crazy, weird fucking finale. And the thing that really kind of frustrates me is, for as different as 3.33 wants to think it is kind of hard reset everything so Shinji specifically would be in the type of mindset that he was by the end of Evangelion. Not end of Evangelion the movie, but the series. Episode 24. Yeah, 24 of the original series. Getting him in that mindset where everyone is just cold and standoffish towards him. He's lost everyone that he cared about. Because by the episode 24 of Eva, Masato is horribly distraught over the loss of Kaji, and Shinji is incapable of consoling her. Asuka has had a full emotional breakdown, and Rei has died and been replaced with another Rei who does not remember him or remember their connection, their whole history. Or at least she doesn't remember it well enough. She has remnants of that. But yeah, so now Shinji has lost all the human connections that he has, so it makes sense, when he reaches out to Kaoru. Here, Shinji is woken up and Misato is a cold bitch to him. Asuka, who had warmed up to him and was actually doing nice things for people, is now just a cold bitch to him. Fucking Rei Ayanami is more robotic than any iteration of Rei Ayanami has ever been before. So we have just hard set Shinji, even though it is now this 14-year time skip, and plot-wise everything is different, but Shinji's emotional state has been hard shoved right into where he needed to be for episode 4, so that way he'd be willing to reach out to Kaoru, and they could, have their little gay boy romance, and have the big finale. And, god damn it, it was while watching this that I realized, and this is something that I even tweeted out, which was, the rebuilds are the Anti-Evangelion. Evangelion was a series that put its characters in the forefront. It put the characters in front, it put the story in the background, and it made the story about its characters. The rebuilds seemed more interested in putting the story first. Just being interested in telling the story at the detriment of its characters. To sacrifice its characters in some ways, literally, in the name of its fucking story. So, all that Asuka character development she got, fuck it, who cares? We need to tell this story now, so she needs to be a fucking bitch. Fucking Rei's character arc, well, fuck that. Well, we need her to be Clone Rei, a new Clone Rei that doesn't remember Shinji, so that way he can be right. It's just... Yeah, so basically it is fucking its characters in the name of its narrative, which I do not like. Probably the worst offender, this is Masato, where I have no clue why Masato is the way she is. Because, okay, Masato has always been kind and caring and considerate and understanding, and if Masato has been through experiences that have changed her that fundamentally, explain it to us. You can't just, like, that isn't Masato. That is not Masato Katsuragi. She is, like, what I saw in 3.33 is like is a wholly different character that they are calling Masato. There's nothing about, like, Masato other than her voice and her appearance, and even her appearance. Like she's got these cold fucking bitch eyes now that Masato's never really had before. So yeah, like, that's not Masato. And, but, she needs to be this cold bitch and shove Shinji out of, shove Shinji away as well. Because, like I said, Shinji needs to be in that same emotional state he was in episode 24 of the series, even though the movies up until this point have not set itself up. So it is just completely stripped these characters of their development, of all the things that they have been through, just so everyone can be a fucking piece of shit to Shinji, so he can be sad and alone and fucking, rely on Kaoru, because Kaoru is the only fucking decent person to him. And then there are all the, like, little various things that are weird about this movie, and just about, like, the rebuilds in general. Like, the fucking collar around Shinji. Kaoru just takes that collar off and then puts it on himself. He puts it on himself and then says, like, this is what I was planning on doing the whole fucking time. Why? Why? What was the point of that? And then there's, and then, like, when Kaoru at the end, his fucking head explodes, he's just like, oh shit, I guess I'm the 13th angel, and it's weird too, because, like, he talks about how, like, he's, like, like the first angel, but then he's, like, been downgraded to the 13th, and it's like, well, wait, like, okay, so is this version of Kaoru, like, does he have the soul of Adam? Is that why he's calling himself the first angel? Because, like, I mean, that would make sense, but this iteration of Kaoru seems to have already been an angel. Like, he was already aware of this. Like, I mean, he's, like, on the moon, he's breathing in fucking space and not freezing to death. So it's like, he's clearly not human, but then he seems to be surprised when he's the 13th angel. He's just like, oh, well, fuck, I'm the 13th angel, apparently. Well, shit. I guess my head's gonna explode now because of this bomb thing that I put on my neck for no fucking reason. And Kaoru's death in episode 24 is one of the most powerful, poignant, emotionally fucking just wrecks me kind of fucking moments, where it's just like you've gone on this journey with Shinji, and we've experienced his loneliness, his desire to connect with people, him actually starting to connect with people, and then losing all of that and being at peak alone and just sad. And finally, like, not only someone, like, he finds someone who he can connect with, but who genuinely is emotionally supportive for him and cares about him, and that Shinji loves. And Shinji is now put in this really difficult situation where either he kills the only fucking person he loves, or humanity is gone. And he knows Kaoru has to die for the betterment of everybody, but he doesn't want to be the one to have to do it. But he's the only one who can. And you have that long, drawn-out still frame, and then followed by, Shinji being just devastated afterwards. Both in, like, the next episode, or by the end of that episode, as well as in End of Eva. We see him just completely broken, a shell of who he was before. Here, it's just, Kaoru's head exploded because he put a stupid fucking bomb on his neck. And, like, this version of Kaoru seems to be aware, because, like, there's the rebuilds are a time loop thing, and each iteration is a little different, and there's plenty of things to support that. In fact, I would say even Kaoru reinforces this the most, because he keeps making reference to, like, oh, well, this time I look forward to seeing you again, and, like, oh, this time it'll be different or something, or when he talks about like the piano thing. Clearly, that's like some fourth wall breaking shit, kind of where he's just like, oh well, yeah, you just keep doing it over and over and over again until you get the outcome that you want. As being as blunt as you can with like, yeah, this is a fucking time loop. Okay, fine. So if this is a time loop, and Kaoru is aware of it, then like, how does Kaoru not know that he's the 13th angel? Because like, if he has memories of the past, and he has memories that he was the 13th angel, and even if he did, what the fuck was his plan by putting that fucking bomb around his neck? He, like, put it in the garbage, throw it down the hall, do anything with it that isn't put it on your fucking neck. So yeah, it was dumb. It was really dumb. Then there's like Mari. I don't understand what the fuck's up with Mari. How the hell is she able to sync with Unit 2 in the way she does? We never get any more explanation for her. She is practically goddamn devoid of character, and that's kind of another issue with the rebuilds as a whole. Also, was like I said, like, you know, the rebuilds are kind of sacrificing character for plot, and I'm really not okay with that, because what good is a plot if the characters are fucking garbage or one-dimensional? And Mari is incredibly one-dimensional, because she's had, what, 15 lines of dialogue between 2 fucking movies now? You know, I really don't care at this point, like, you know, what they're doing with her, because they haven't given me a reason to care. So yeah, Mari sucks. The whole thing with Kaoru is dumb. Why the fuck is there like a pink-haired girl on the bridge of Misato's ship? Like, what is that? Why is that? Like, Ava's better than that, damn it. Ava is better than fucking having, like, the cute pink-haired teenager as a fucking bridge bunny. Yeah, and then we have Toji's sister, for reasons. Like, basically just so it could be Toji's sister. It's like, hey, remember we always referenced Toji's sister, you never got to see her. Well, now you got to see her as like a little kid when she got out of the hospital, and now you get to see her here as a grown, sexy teenager. Or, I guess she's actually a grown, sexy adult, because she'd have to be like in her, like, early 20s by this point. Even though she kind of still looks like a teenager. Like, they kind of drew her as if she looks more like a fucking teenager. Looks like she's goddamn Shinji's age. But yeah, so there's that. And what else is some dumb shit I didn't like in this movie? Just, God, and the fucking ending. The ending is so, it's a lot of characters saying a lot of things without giving the audience any context. It's like, oh, well, we have the Lance of Longinus, and then we had the Lance of not Longinus. Now we need the pull, and then we can reset the world, and fucking Kaoru's like, oh fuck, wait, those aren't, like, that looks like a duplicate of the same spear. Oh no, what have we done? Why is there 2 lances of Longinus? Where did the second Lance of Longinus come from? I'm assuming this is going to be explained in the next movie. I don't know. And the entire time you have Kaoru sitting there telling him, Shinji, don't fucking do this, bro. Don't fucking do this. Don't pull the spears out. We fucked up. This isn't right. Blah, blah, blah. And Shinji being like, no, this is the whole reason I got in this thing was to save the fucking world. So I'm gonna save the world. It's like, no, man, you're not gonna save the fucking world. You're just gonna, it's all fucked up. We can't fix this. Back the fuck off, bro. And it's like, no, man, I got this. I'm gonna be the hero. Oh, why is Shinji so stupid and so fucking irrational? I understand, like, he fucking ended the world, and, like, but the fact that he just won't listen to Kaoru, and the fact that, okay, like, the fact that, like, Shinji knows how to, like, disengage Kaoru from the controls. If Kaoru were that fucking concerned, why didn't he disengage Shinji from the controls? Also, like, the 12th Angel is, like, Unit 8, not Unit 8. Is it Unit 8? I don't fucking remember. Whatever. It's Unit something or other. And it's like speared, and then when they pull the fucking spears out, oh fuck, it's an angel! It's alive still! Did you guys know that was an angel? Was that a thing? Because like, it'd be nice if we knew anything that happened in the intervening 14 fucking years. But, I guess not. I guess it makes sense for, that, that they would need to have the 12th angel dormant, so that way Kaoru could awaken as the 13th angel, when the collar is put on him. Kind of confuses me. Like, is that like how the angels work? Like, they just kind of awaken and like, oh, you're an angel now. I don't know. I don't know what this movie was doing. And what happened to Toji? Like, like Shinji like gets like a shirt and he's like, oh, this is bigger on me for some reason. Oh, faintly written on the inside of this jacket is Toji Suzahara. Oh no, what happened to my friend Toji? Never asks. He never like follows up on that. Never fucking like goes to like, he was talking to Fuyutsuki. It's like, Fuyutsuki, what the fuck happened to my friend Toji? Why am I wearing apparently what was his shirt? Is Toji dead? Is everybody dead? Like, where's Kensuke? It's really nice that we have Toji's sister, and then I guess just the illusion that alluding to Toji being dead. And also, like, Fuyutsuki's just like, oh, by the way, your memories were erased. Why? Why did you erase his memories? Because, okay, up until now, I've always been under the impression that, like, in the original Eva, Yui being assimilated into Unit 1 was intentional, but it was framed like an accident. Like, it was a thing that just, like, just he got too close to a thing and then got, like, assimilated into it, and it was shock and horror for everyone who witnessed it, was how it was presented. And that Shinji didn't remember seeing this event because, he was fucking 4 years old. Who the fuck remembers anything from when they were 4 years old? Especially a traumatic experience. Here now, it's Yui was fucking rigged up on this fucking thing and, like, dipped into the fucking Unit 1 core, I guess? That's what happened to her? Alright. And Shinji had his fucking mind wiped for reasons. Why? Why add that detail? Why show us Yui getting, like, what does that add? And honestly, that's like the question I have to like wonder with a lot of this is, what does this add? What does Mari add? What does, fucking just crippling all these characters' development add? What does having Kaoru blow his own fucking head off by accident add? Instead of, the poignant moment of Shinji having to do it himself. Like, the final film in this set could contextualize a lot of shit. It could explain what the fuck happened at the end of this movie. It could explain why there's two spears of Longinus, and one why isn't what is this other spear that Kaoru is bullshitting about. They could explain Mari and why she is relevant to this new continuity. They could explain Masato and like her whole shift in personality. They could do something interesting with Rei in this film, in this upcoming film, and kind of try to give her, like, give some sort of weight to, like, no, like, you can't. There's a lot of things you can do, but I feel like there's so much in this film that is just dumb and bad. Like, no matter what, like, you're still gonna have Toji's sister, who's a fucking bridge bunny for no fucking reason. You're gonna have also the pink-haired cutesy bridge bunny for no fucking reason, other than just to be like a cute character to sell a figurine of. You're still gonna, like, Mari is still gonna be a boring fucking uninteresting character for 2 fucking movies, even if they build and develop her in the fourth one. You're still going to have an Asuka who is mentally stunted. She looks and still acts like she's fucking 14 years old, even though she is now almost 30. I don't get it. I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not happy with 3.33. It's not as bad as I remember it being. It's not as, because when I first saw it, I was just I was confused and I didn't really understand it. And I was thinking maybe the problem was with me. And the more I kind of just sat and stewed on it, the more bitter and sour I became towards it. Watching it again, I am not that bitter and sour towards it anymore, but it is still not a good movie, and the decisions that it makes are terrible, narratively speaking. 2.22 was super tight. Everything felt like it had a purpose. 3.33, that does not feel to be the case. The cold open feels completely unnecessary. The even longer second cold open that immediately follows the first cold open doesn't need to be structured the way it does, or even go on for as long as it does. We don't need to be left in the dark for as much of the movie as we are. We're still in the dark about a lot of things. So yeah. 3.33. It's a bad movie. The final film might fix this. Was it 3.0 plus 1.0, I think? Fingers crossed, it's better.